Hi again. So today I wanted to do some work with our 4-point kneeling position. So working into cat and cow, so mobilizing the spine, working into some stretches in that position, and then just sort of playing around with that movement. So I hope you enjoy. First of all, we need to get ourselves onto all fours. So we want our hands underneath those shoulders. I like to spread my weight through those fingertips so it's not all pressure on those wrists. Knees underneath those hip bones and feet lining up with their knees. So we're just going to start with a standard cat stretch. So we're going to round the spine, pull from the tummy and look through those legs. Next exhale, we're going to go and extend away into our cow stretch. So shoulders down away from those ears, lengthen through the front of the body, shoulders down. Next exhale, going into cat stretch again, so rounding the spine. And working away into our cow stretch, so lengthening through the tummy. Now we're going to play around with the stretches of these. So we're going to come into our cat stretch, so rounding those shoulders, pelvis draws under. Keeping that nice curve through the spine, we sink backwards. So keeping that rounded spine position, I like to lift up onto my fingers, so I'm going to really curl under. And you're pressing the tailbone towards the floor. You may not get all that way, your knees might not be able to do this. If you've had a knee replacement, please don't do this, by the way. So you're pressing back and down, rounding those shoulders, tummy in, and then slowly we're going to come all the way back up. So back into our cat stretch, so palms flat again, rounded spine, working into cow stretch, so lifting up, hold, and this time again we sink backwards, so we're keeping that nice extended position. So what the pelvis is going to want to do is curl under. We're going to try and keep it lifted, okay? So again, we want to get up on those fingertips, press down, so bring those hands close. You want to feel like you're an obedient dog, okay? So really sitting upright, pressing back as much as you can. You're going to feel a lot of connection in that lower spine. And then we're going to come forward with that extended spine. Again, you want to bring those palms down nice and flat. And then back into your cat stretch, so rounding the shoulders. Next exhale, sinking back. Again, fingertips if you wish. Press that ears between the shoulders. Next exhale, coming forwards. Back into our cat stretch. Tummy in, extending away into cow stretch. Shoulders down. Next exhale, we're going to come back, sink back, again lift up, so you want that lovely extended spine position. Next exhale, coming forwards, back into your cow stretch. From here, just come into a neutral spine position. So what we want to do now is we want to just do a little bit of tail wag, okay? So what we're going to do is bring the hip around to the side. So just keep the upper body still for now and just draw the hip bone towards the rib cage and then just come back into center. So you want your tummy nice and tight. So let's go the other way. So around the other side and into center. So we're trying to keep the upper body still and stable. Over to the side and then into center. And over, good. And center, let's do one more each way. Over, squeezing through the side of the waist. Center, last one. And center, so we can increase the intensity by looking around to our bottom. So as we go around this time, just look around to the bottom, try and bring the rib and the hip together, so we're really squeezing in and into center. Let's draw that tummy button in. Over to the other side, squeeze. Center. And over. Squeeze. And center, tummy nice and tight. Good. Over. Let's do one more each way. So squeeze and center. Last one. And center. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the cat-cow to that sideways movement. So what we're going to do is we start to circle around. So you want to go around and around. So you're going into a cap when we bring the hips around to the side. So we're going around and around. So what we're doing is just play around with this. You're just circling through the spine, okay? But try and get into that upper spine as well. So you can move around on those lower hips. Allow those knees to rock around, and we're just really loosening. So if you want to soften those elbows, you can, just round and around. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go the other way. So you might find one side is a little bit easier to do than the other side. Round and around. And come in to center. By the way, if you want to rest those wrists, obviously take a little rest when you need to. So just to finish off, we're going to articulate the spine now. So what we're going to do is draw the tummy in, and we're going to start to work from the lower body. So from the tailbone, bone by bone, all the way up to the head and the neck vertebrae. So we use the tummy for this. We pull the pelvis under. We try to keep the upper body as still as possible. And we're curling bone by bone, piece by piece. So imagine it's like a Mexican wave, working your way through the body. Once you feel it pressing into those shoulders, get into that neck and allow that head to really draw down and look between those legs. So just as necessary, hands wise, make sure you've got those hands under the shoulders. So to go the opposite way, we start from the head, okay? So we're going to start to lift the neck. We keep the pelvis pulled under. So head will come up, shoulders, you're going to start to pull in together. So we're working mobility in the upper spine, working through the middle of the spine, and then into that lower back, and allow that tailbone to lift as much as possible. We'll do one more each way. So pulling from the tummy, get the chest up as long as possible, working through the spine, bone by bone, piece by piece. Keep breathing. Rounding those shoulders, looking through those legs. And last times from the head now, pelvis stays tucked under, lifting up. So you've got to really draw that tummy in to keep that pelvis where it is. Work through the upper back, bring the shoulders in together to help. Draw through the spine, working into that lower back, lifting that tailbone. And then what we're going to do is just gently soften back into a child's pose. So releasing off. Stretching through those arms. If you like more challenge or a little bit of depth, then of course feel free to open those knees. I love doing this because it gives me a nice bit of flexibility through those hips, but do what feels right for you. Press back, so pushing into the tailbone. Bring the chest towards the floor and just rest down. If you want to, you can rest your head on your hands and just take some nice deep breath. And release. Well done. So walk your hands in. Just bring those legs back into center. And well done. You've completed another little section. So well done. I'll see you next time.